If you've ever started strong and quit weeks later, this story will show you the one shift that stops the cycle forever. Almost everyone wants better habits. People want to read more, exercise, wake up earlier, eat healthier, procrastinate less, and finally build routines that actually last. But most people fail, and it's not because they're weak, undisciplined, or unmotivated. They fail because they approach habits in a way that goes directly against how the brain works. Here's the truth. Your brain is lazy, and that's good. Not emotionally lazy, not intellectually lazy, but biologically designed to do the easiest thing possible to save energy. And once you understand the science behind this, you can use your brain's natural laziness to your advantage. You can trick it into adopting new habits automatically, without using willpower, motivation, or self-discipline as your primary strategy. Today, you will learn the neuroscience behind habits. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build habits the lazy way, the way your brain actually enjoys. Most habits fail for one simple scientific reason. They depend on willpower and motivation, two resources that are unstable and easily depleted. Your brain evolved for survival, not self-improvement. Its priority is to conserve energy, avoid discomfort, minimize effort, repeat familiar actions, maintain predictable routines. This system kept our ancestors alive, but in the modern world, it becomes a barrier to forming new habits. When you try to suddenly transform your life, a new workout plan, a strict diet, a complex morning routine, your brain responds with a biological resistance known as cognitive cost aversion. This is your brain evaluating a new behavior and deciding whether the energy required is worth it. And when the habit feels too big, too unfamiliar, or too demanding, your brain sends a stop signal. This is too much energy. Abort mission. This isn't weakness. This is your brain protecting its fuel. Your brain's goal is efficiency, not change, not growth, not achievement. That's why building habits the traditional way feels like pushing a heavy boulder uphill. Your biology is working against you. To trick your brain into habits, you need to understand the psychological and neurological loop that creates them. Every habit follows the same scientific sequence: cue, action, reward. This loop is governed primarily by dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, anticipation, reinforcement, learning through repetition. Most people think dopamine is released after the reward, but science shows something surprising. Your brain releases dopamine the moment you anticipate the reward, not when you receive it. This means your brain is always scanning for actions that predict a positive outcome. So, a habit doesn't form when you do something repeatedly. A habit forms when your brain gets the signal. This action is worth repeating. That signal is dopamine. So, if you want a habit to stick, you must design it in a way that generates a quick, simple dopamine response. This is the foundation of lazy habit building. Now let's get into the practical part. The exact formula that tricks your brain into accepting new habits automatically. There are only 3 steps, and they work because they are biologically aligned with how your brain learns. Step 1. Make the habit. Stupidly easy. Reduce cognitive load. Your brain is designed to reject actions that require high effort. So if your habit is too large or too demanding, your brain activates the amygdala, the threat center, which triggers avoidance. To prevent this, reduce the habit to its tiniest version. Science calls this minimum viable action. Examples: not exercise for 30 minutes, but do 1 push-up. Not meditate for 15 minutes, but breathe deeply for 30 seconds. Not read 20 pages, but read 1 paragraph. Not write a journal entry, but write 1 sentence. The brain doesn't resist micro-habits because they require almost no energy. This is how you bypass biological resistance. Step 2. Attach it to an existing habit, neural anchoring. This technique is called habit stacking, and it works because your brain already has thousands of stable neurological pathways. Adding a new habit to an existing one attaches it to a strong neural circuit. Examples: after you brush your teeth, stretch for 1 minute. After you finish coffee, read 1 page. After you sit at your desk, write 1 sentence. After lunch, take a 2-minute walk. Your brain accepts the new habit because it blends seamlessly into an existing routine. This eliminates the need for motivation entirely. Step 3. Give yourself an immediate reward. Dopamine reinforcement. Nothing becomes a habit without dopamine. Your brain must feel rewarded immediately, or it won't encode the behavior. The reward doesn't have to be big. It can be a check mark on a habit tracker, a quiet, nice job, crossing something off a list, tapping your chest once, smiling, closing your journal with satisfaction. These micro rewards generate small but powerful dopamine pulses. Over time, your brain associates the habit with a positive emotional state. This is what makes the habit automatic. To make it practical, here are real habits that follow this exact science. Reading habit. Cue. Make your morning coffee. Action. Read one page. Reward. Mark a check mark on your calendar. This uses habit stacking, minimum effort, dopamine reinforcement. Over time, one page, 3, 5, 10 without forcing it. Fitness habit. Cue. Walk through your front door after work. Action. Put on workout shoes. Reward. Small fist bump. Putting on shoes feels easy. Once the shoes are on, 80% of the resistance disappears. Movement follows naturally. Journaling habit. Cue. Sit on your bed at night. Action. Write 2 lines. Reward. Gently close the notebook. Your brain starts to associate writing with calmness and closure. Cleaning habit. Cue. Finish your shower. Action. Wipe the mirror for 10 seconds. Reward. See immediate cleanliness. Instant dopamine hit. Identity shift begins. People fail at habits because they violate the brain's neurology. They start too big. They rely on motivation. They expect perfection. They attempt multiple habits at once. They ignore environment cues. They punish themselves instead of rewarding themselves. The lazy method avoids all of them because it works with your brain instead of against it. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's simply optimized for energy efficiency. If you design your habits to be easy, tiny, rewarding, anchored to existing behaviors, your brain will automate them effortlessly. This is how small habits create identity change. Identity leads to consistency. Consistency leads to transformation. Make your habits so small and so easy that your brain can't resist repeating them. If this helped you today, hit like and subscribe to Consistency Made Easy, where you learn how to build the life you want, one tiny habit at a time.